Hi everyone, welcome to week 7 again. Hopefully by now you've all had a chance to attempt the practice or suggested questions that I've listed here. You can find those in your textbook, whether it's your paper textbook or your ebook. And the way you'd find that is you'd go to your table of contents and it's under there. Sorry, it's not on my screen, so you're not going to be able to see it. Okay, so coming back to Brightspace. Okay, so I've also put a complete solution up here. It has the actual questions, and then after all the questions have been listed, the solutions are there as well. But I did think that I'll go over each of the questions to make sure that your understanding is there. Okay, so quick study. So for the quick study, you go to your table of contents. I'm just going to move this over here for now. So for your table of contents and you go down, I'm in chapter 1. I clicked on chapter 1, and then if you come down to the bottom, you'll see there's quick study, there's exercises, and there's problems. So the first one we're doing is a quick study. Okay, move my screen back over, and we're doing quick study 12. Okay, so in Quick Study 12, it says indicate in which of the financial statements each item would most likely appear, either the income statement, the balance sheet, or the statement of cash flows. And then it has assets, cash from operating activities, equipment, and so forth. So the best way to figure out what statement they're on is to go back over to your contents and go to the section in chapter 1 that relates to it. So we've got communicating through financial statements. So if you look here, and again, scroll down, we have each of our financial statements. Okay, so let's have a look at the question again. So assets. So what statement do assets come on? So let's go back and have a look. So again, we're looking in our book and we're on page 24 to 25 and we've got assets. So we've got our income statement first, and it's like we know that our income statement has revenue and operating expenses, so they're not there. Statement of changes in equity, that wasn't included in the list. So let's go down to our balance sheet. Well, look, here we have assets, because we know assets, liabilities, and equity go on our balance sheet. So for the first question, we know assets go on our balance sheet. Cash from operating activities. Well, we just had a look at our income statement and our balance sheet, and cash from operating activities wasn't there, not that title anyway. Assets, we have cash, but if you look down here at our statement of cash flows, remember the statement of cash flows goes over how the cash literally flows in and out of our company. So we've got cash flows from operating activities. So we know that one is the statement of cash flows. So we have equipment. What is equipment? Okay, equipment is something that sticks around for a long time and can be constantly used in our company. So we know by definition that equipment is an asset, and we can look here and in our example in our book, that's actually one of the examples that they give. Okay, so we know equipment is an asset and belongs on our balance sheet. Expenses. Again, let's go back. Expenses, revenue minus expenses gives us our profit, and that's on our income statement. So again, expenses is on our income statement. We have Liabilities. Let's go look for liabilities. Liabilities, we know, is on our balance sheet. Assets on one side, liabilities and equity added together to balance is on the other side. So we know liabilities is on our balance sheet. Net decrease or increase in cash. So again, the only way cash shows up on a statement that we, like either the income statement or the balance sheet, is as an actual amount on our balance sheet, saying how much cash, the asset, do we actually have. So when we're looking at a net increase or decrease in cash, then that must be our statement of cash flows. And you can see here, net increase in cash. Revenues. We know revenue is on our income statement right here, revenue. And we've got our last one, total liabilities and equity. And we know that goes on our balance sheet right at the bottom, the total liabilities and equity. We add those two amounts together, and that's what balances with our total assets. Okay. Hope this helps. I'm going to be creating some more videos, but I wanted to go through this one very thoroughly to help in your understanding. Thanks, everyone.